So, what if I told you that a very specific set of SQL skills could actually triple your salary by 2025? I know, it sounds like a wild claim, but it's not some fantasy. It's a direct result of these huge shifts happening in the data industry right now. In this explainer, we're going to break down exactly what those skills are and give you a clear, no-nonsense roadmap to get there. Does this feel a little too familiar? You're good at your job, right? You know your way around a database, but you just feel stuck. You see other people, maybe even with less experience, getting these promotions and landing roles with salaries you thought were years and years away. It's an incredibly frustrating place to be. And this really lays it all out in black and white. There's a massive and growing gap between someone who knows basic SQL and an expert who has mastered its advanced side. We're not talking about a little 10% raise here. We're talking about a completely different career path and a whole new level of earning potential. And that feeling of being undervalued, it's real. It can even start to bring on a little bit of that imposter syndrome, making you question your own skills, even after all the hard work you've put in. But here's the truth. It's not you. It's that the rules of the entire game have changed. So let's dig into why. Why is this gap widening so fast right now? Well, it really all comes down to a perfect storm of tech trends and a classic textbook case of supply and demand. There are three massive shifts driving all of this. First up, the explosion of big data. We're talking petabytes now, not gigabytes. Then, you've got the huge migration to the cloud. And finally, the push for AI and machine learning in literally everything. Your classic SQL skills, while they're still useful, they just can't keep up with this new world. And this chart really tells the story. It's basic economics. The number of people who can write a simple select statement, that supply is huge. But the number of true experts who can design, build, and optimize data systems at a massive scale, that supply is tiny, and the demand is just going through the roof. So here's the bottom line. Companies aren't just looking for people to pull reports anymore. They are desperately searching for strategic problem solvers, people who can tackle complex issues and, frankly, save them a ton of money. These are the experts commanding salaries well north of 150 grand.
Okay, so how do you become one of those experts? It really boils down to mastering what I call the 3 high-income pillars of SQL. These are the specific skill areas that companies are willing to pay an absolute premium for.
First up is advanced querying. This is all about going way, way beyond select star from. We're talking about mastering tools like window functions, which let you do complex calculations across groups of rows, and CTEs, which help you write clean, readable code for really tricky problems. This is the skill that takes you from being a report puller to a business strategist. And here's a perfect example of what that actually means. A basic query, it gives you a list of sales. An advanced query, it can tell the company which customers are the most valuable over time. One is just raw data. The other is a strategic insight that can shape the future of the business. Pillar 2 is all about speed. It's about efficiency. In this new world of big data and cloud computing, a slow query isn't just annoying, it's literally burning money. Performance tuning isn't some dark art, it's a science of reading execution plans and structuring your queries to run as fast as humanly possible. And just think about the financial impact for a second. The person who can take a query that takes 10 minutes and make it run in 10 seconds, that person is a hero. They are directly saving their company thousands of dollars in cloud costs. That skill is incredibly valuable. Now for the third, and you could argue the most important pillar, mastering SQL within the modern data stack. See, SQL isn't just stuck in one database anymore. It's become the lingua franca, the common language that ties the entire cloud data ecosystem together. And these are the big players where that skill is in the highest demand. Knowing how to write SQL is one thing, but knowing how to write SQL that takes advantage of the unique, powerful architectures of platforms like Snowflake, BigQuery, or Databricks, that's a whole different ballgame. This is the skill set that gets you those high-paying data engineer jobs. So you're building all these amazing skills, but how do you actually prove it to a hiring manager, especially in a super crowded market? Well, this is where the right certifications become your golden ticket. They are a verified signal that you know what you're talking about. And that signal, it pays off big time. For some professionals, getting the right new certification can lead to an average salary bump of $12,000 to $13,000. It's a direct, tangible investment in yourself. But you have to choose the right one. Let's look at 3 that line up perfectly with what we've been talking about. The Azure DP900, that's your foundational ticket into the cloud world. The Oracle 100071 is the gold standard for big enterprise companies, especially in finance. And the Google Professional Data Engineer cert, that's the top-tier ticket for the highest-paying engineering roles out there. Okay, knowing all this stuff is great, but action is what gets you paid. So let's put it all together. Here is a concrete 90-day roadmap to get you from where you are now into one of these high-income roles. Here's the plan from 30,000 feet. Month 1 is all about that advanced SQL deep dive. Month 2, you're going to focus on performance tuning and getting your hands dirty on a real cloud platform. And in month 3, you certify those skills and build a project to prove you've got them. Let's break that down. In your first 30 days, you're going to live and breathe window functions and CTEs. In month 2, you learn how to optimize your queries, and you open up a free account on a platform like BigQuery or Snowflake. Then, in the final month, you schedule and pass that certification exam, and you immediately use that knowledge to build a hands-on project for your portfolio. And this, right here, is the transformation. This is the payoff. You go from having one generic word on your resume to showcasing a powerful, in-demand skill set. You're not just listing a language anymore, you're demonstrating that you can solve expensive business problems. I really want to leave you with this one key idea. This opportunity to dramatically boost your salary isn't just hype. It's a real, tangible result of a market that is absolutely starving for experts who have mastered these 3 pillars. Look, the path isn't easy, but it is incredibly clear. It's time to stop letting yourself be undervalued. The demand is here, and it's growing every single day. The roadmap is right here in front of you. The only question left is, are you ready to start building?